Hi everyone, welcome to our tournament game analysis. Here, this game has been taken from our 50th ICA prize money chess tournament, and this game is played between Rishabh and Kaushal. Both of them are good player actually. Here, it is one of the good example for positional chess. If you like positional chess here, so you can learn something new from this game here. So here Rishabh was playing with white and Kaushal was playing with black pieces. Let's see. Rishabh started the game with e4. Kaushal replied e5 and f3 and f6. So here it is called Petrov's defense. Now nc3. Now instead of nc3, here white can capture this one, which is Petrov defense continuation here. Then d6 can be played and nf3, then n takes e4. From here so many lines are coming. It is the system of Petrov defense. Suppose if white play d4, then it is classical line, and then this is Nimzovich line, this is Cozy variation, or you can say Laskar variation, Laskar attack, and Kaufman variation. These are all lines here actually Petrov defense. But here Rishabh was not selecting actually the Petrov defense here. He was trying to convert the opening here. So instead of playing Petrov defense, Rishabh played nc3. Now it is the continuation of three knight game. You can say three knight opening. So Kaushal replied nc6. So Kaushal is telling that okay, I will make this opening as four knight opening. You can see that there are four knights. So this is known as four knight opening. Now d3. D3 is not that much common move. So here actually better move was to play bring the bishop out, bishop b5 like that. Here or bishop e2 is also possible. So here if you play d3, then you have to continue g3, bishop g2. There is one famous line you can continue this one. h6. h6 is okay, means most probably Kaushal was trying to prevent this pin here. Bishop e2. Bishop e2 is little bit passive actually. In this position, better was to play g3, bishop g2. So okay, bishop e2. Now bishop c5. So black was trying to control this center square properly here, and at the same time trying to set up the bishop in this diagonal. So okay, both of them have very good positional sense actually. Now bishop e3. Actually, bishop e3 is very nice move played by white here. So white is telling black that come on, you just take my bishop here and give me one semi-open file here. I will set up my rook here, and the rook will be controlling the semi-open file. It is one of the nice strategy here actually, but it does not mean that black is going for the minus position here. Black can create one semi-open file here by playing d5, so it will be equal here in this position. So actually it's a nice positional idea actually. So white played bishop e3. Black immediately captured this one. Black realized that I should not go back. It is better to capture this one, which is actually fast recommendation. Capture, capture. Short castle by black. Short castle by white. N g4. N g4. Actually, there is one good lesson. Don't play any move for trapping something like that. You know, black is coming here to create one knight fork to gain the rook actually here. So what is the problem here? White played queen d2. Now you can see that black wasted one move for this greedy attack here. Now by saving the pawn, white is developing the queen, and in future after playing h3, black has to go back. So here black is losing tempo here, means black is losing some moves here. So here that's why I'm telling that don't play any unnecessary move which can be prevented by your opponent very easily, which can help your opponent to develop his pieces. So you can say this is unnecessary attack, but don't worry. For that reason, black is not losing the match here. Actually, it is very small dubious move. You can see that. You can say that. So queen d2 was played by white here. Now d6. D6 is actually fast recommendation. Black was trying to open up the bishop diagonal. Everything is okay, fine here. H3. So white was kicking the knight out here. Now and f6. It is the force move. You know there are no square available for the knight. And h2. And h2 means white is trying to occupy this line, occupy this file, you can say. So trying to do something on this g4 square, means white is taking some initiative on the king side actually. Now very nice move played by black here, means by Kaushal. So Kaushal played very nice move here, d5. What is his uh, understanding about the positional chess here? So Kaushal was thinking that my opponent is controlling this whole semi-open file with his rook, so I have to take some initiative. I will play d5, which is a fast recommendation by computer, and Kaushal is taking now this file as semi-open file. He wants to attack on the center. Now this game is equal. So pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. Now you can see that equal it is. Knight takes knight, queen takes knight here, and bishop f3. So bishop f3 to attack on this whole full diagonal here. So queen d6. So black is saying that if you capture my knight here, so my queen will capture this one. So nothing is that much attacking for white here. It is equal. So here, instead of capturing this one, white is just consolidating the position. This is called preparation. Don't rush too much before you develop your pieces. First of all, you have to consolidate your position, you have to maneuver your pieces, and that's how both of them are doing like that. We cannot see any very fast attack in the starting of this opening. So this is the purpose of positional chess, you can see that. So it is just preparation of the rook here, so trying to bring his two rooks. Kaushal played queen g6. Queen g6 is okay, it is correct move. So there is one small trap he is trying to figure out, that is bishop takes h3, and then you know this pawn cannot take the bishop because of the pin here. Okay, it is correct, the game is equal here. Now bishop e4. Bishop is saying that I will not allow your queen here to stay queen on the g6 square. Queen g5. Queen g5 is dubious move here. Actually better was to go back, then the game is equal and you black can prepare for f5 in future. So these are the planning. So after queen g5, queen is losing some space on the board actually. Now rook f3, which is not that much strong move, so better was to play queen f2. You can see that. Why queen f2? Some preparation on this all squares, you can see that. So for that reason it can be good for white here, but here white was playing rook f3. What is the reason? Maybe white wants to go for double rook here, double rook attack on this f7 square. Now n e7, n e7 trying to come to this square, so in future knight h4 can come here. Queen f2. Queen f2 is okay, it is fine, you can double here. N g6. N g6 actually it is not bad move, he can play. It is one of the good move here in this position for black. You can see that everything is equal and both of them are strong in this position. I cannot say that anybody has any weakness on the board here. So very nicely played by Kaushal and Rishabh here. Here Rishabh was realizing that I have knight and bishop, my opponent has the same thing. So Rishabh was realizing that why not capture the knight here. So he was thinking that if I capture the knight, so then my knight will play better than this black bishop. Maybe it was his understanding. For that reason he captured the knight. It is not bad, not good move. You can say it is average move here. Or maybe Rishabh was thinking that this knight will disturb me a lot here if he comes here like that way, but it is also not that good idea for black actually. So bishop takes g6, queen takes g6. Again it is equal position. We cannot say that this knight can play better than this bishop. No, it is equal in this position. Now rook g3. So here white is taking some initiative on the king side. Black played queen e6. Again the game is equal, the position is equal. b3. So actually instead of queen e6, better was to play queen b6 here. Why? Because queen can attack on this one, at the same time queen can put some pressure on this diagonal. But okay, queen e6 is also fine. So b3 is trying to save the pawn here. So after b3, g6. G6 is not that much actually good move here in this position. It is slightly dubious. So the better move was to play f5. You can see that pawn is stopping the knight here and pawns are controlling the center. It is equal. completely equal position for both of them. But here, after playing g6, one weakness is created on the board. Positionally, one weakness is created. The weakness is f6 square. You can see that. And then h6 can be hung in this position anytime. So it is not that much strong actually, and this pawn can lose the support in future actually. So if this position is there same, so in that case black can play f6 in future to support the pawn. But if you play g6, after that if you try to support this one, then your f6 pawn will be weak here. So this is the understanding about pawn structure in the positional chess here. Now slowly white is developing the rook on this file and trying to occupy this f6 square. Black was developing the last piece here, so most probably this bishop is coming here to keep some pressure on this diagonal here. Now e4. So white was thinking that why not to block the diagonal, how can you attack on this diagonal, and at the same time I will stop your f5 pawn pushing. So now here black cannot push f5, it is very bad. So after capturing this one, white cannot capture with the rook here. Means it is not that much good actually. So rook takes f3. You can see some weakness is getting created here, and this is isolated pawn. So positionally it is winning for white here. Not that much easy to win, but if white play all moves properly here, white can win the match here. Let's go back. So after queen e6, b3, g6, rook f1, then bishop d7, e4, queen e7. Queen e7 is not that much strong move. So here most probably white was trying to come here to attack on the pawn, so black actually. So here black has to remember that he has no good defender on the king side. There is no defender on the king side. If white is able to break any pawn, if white is able to break the pawn structure here, then it can be very dangerous for black here. So black has to be little bit careful on the castle side here actually. If you just imagine there is one black bishop, then it could have strong position for black actually. Now ng4. Ng4 means preparation for the nf6 check, and at the same time trying to capture the h6 pawn here. So in this position black has only one move. Whenever you'll see that your opponent's pieces are coming to your territory, that time don't allow this, just capture this. And exactly in the game Kaushal did this. Now rook takes g4. Still you have black has some weakness, but okay, he can recover this weakness. b6. b6 is not that much strong move. I think black was trying to stop the queen here for the future, or maybe trying to push the pawn. Okay, but it is not bad, not good like that. So after b6, rook h5, trying to attack on this h6 pawn here. Still you didn't see any tactic here in this game actually, and both of them are playing very nicely here positionally here. So king h7, trying to support the pawn. Queen g3, just maneuvering his pieces. You can see that trying to open up. So here white has actually space advantage here. So black can make this game equal. It is still equal, but it is little bit difficult for black to make the equality on the game here. This position is equal but easy for white, at the same time difficult for black. So rook g8, trying to make the position strong. And actually Kaushal is trying his level best here. He is trying to defend the position very nicely here. Still it is equal. Company showing 0.0. Rook f3. So again the maneuvering process going on. Now here g5. So actually I don't support this g5 move too much here actually. So it looks like very good initiative by black here, attacking on the rook. So rook has to go here, it will be passive. Rook has to go here, it will be passive. Actually not like that. I am not saying it is a wrong move or mistake move. It is little bit weak move here, little bit dubious you can say here. After g5 you can see that white is gaining one outpost square, and there is another hole here on the board. So white has some nice positional ideas with space advantage here. Still black can make it draw, but it is very tough for black to make it draw because black is creating some weakness on the board. If you flip the board, you will realize that from black side you will not that much satisfied for this kind of uh, attacking squares. So you have to defend the position only, you cannot go for attack. That is the problem here. So here black has to fight for draw, not for winning, but white can fight for winning here. That is the difference. So rook h5 was played. King g6. King g6 is dubious move actually. In this position better was to play rook g6 and doubling the rook, consolidate the position. Still it is equal. Now king g6 trying to attack on the rook here. Queen g4 supporting this one, and some attacks are coming here in future. Rook f5, it can be sacrificed here. So there are nice attack for white actually. Now queen e6. Queen e6 is actually blunder move. Why queen e6 is blunder move? Now white has very nice move, rook f5. You can see that now there are some checkmate patterns coming in this area here. Now it is very difficult for black to save the game here, and it is not possible to defend the position actually. This position is getting collapsed here now. So king his f6 was played. After f6, white has very nice tactical idea here. If you can pause the video, try to figure out that one. Actually the best move is rook takes g5, and you can see that check, and at the same time there is one discover attack. In this position black cannot try to save the queen here, then black will lose the game here easily by the help of sorry, white can apply here simplification idea here. You can see that rook takes g8, rook takes g8, and then queen takes queen, king takes queen, and rook takes h6, easily winning for white here. White has material advantage, and it is very simple rook ending for the winning the match here, and there is one pass pawn. So here after capturing this one, just assume that black is capturing this rook here. One rook is gone, so white will capture the queen. Black is taking another rook here, so two rooks for one queen. But then also it is losing for black. Why? Queen takes f6. The structure is collapsed here. The king is exposed here for the checkmate. So here suppose if black try to play like that, and then it is a completely losing game for black here. Let's go back. So after queen rook f5 f6, white played this move, which is a missed winning actually. It is blunder move. White lost this opportunity, but still white has some advantage on the board. So here Kaushal has had time pressure in this position. He was facing too much time pressure here, so made one blunder here, and then it is easily lost. You can see that rook takes f6, so queen has to go back. Then there is rook fork. There is rook fork, so queen is gone. Now nothing is special in this one. No, at last moment actually for the time pressure, they lost their quality of the game. But I can overall I can say this game was very nicely played by Kaushal and Rishabh here. Very nice game. I enjoyed this game actually too much. And then at the last moment it was the continuation of the game. You can see that. Okay everybody, I hope you understood so many things here. So in the game, what is the good lesson? You can see that. So don't give space advantage, or don't create any weak square for your opponent like that. Otherwise this game was equal for black here. So here you have to take care about your squares, about your pieces position, everything. But it was very nice positional game. Bye everyone, thank you.